Hi all, let us continue with the fundamental duties chapter. I hope you have done your homework. What was the homework? You need to segregate the fundamental duties on the different grounds, like we can say respect, defend or protect, and another is promote. If you take the first fundamental duty, abide by the constitution and respect the institutions, national flag and national anthem. That is respecting, right? You can remember that he is here. And second thing is talking about respecting the freedom struggle ideals. So that you can remember here. Third is about uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. So that is protecting. And the fourth is render national service. That is, you need to defend the country whenever required. So you have to serve the nation. And the fifth is talking about promote the harmony, brotherhood, and also the dignity of women. You need to dignity. You can also write it here like protecting the dignity or respecting, but whichever is comfortable that you remember. Only thing is you have to make it like, okay, under respect I remember this thing, under protection or defending I have to remember this thing, and promotion we have to remember like this thing. It is not exact segregation. Only for our purpose we are doing it. And the sixth is value and preserve. So sixth is we can write here preserve, right? What we have to preserve? Rich composite culture. Composite culture that we have to protect. And similarly, in the next, that is in the seventh, we need to protect environment. Basically, they are talking about forest and wildlife, rivers and lakes, and also animals. But word for animals is compassion. Compassion towards the animal. Correct? And next is, okay, eighth one, that is develop, that is promote scientific temper, humanism, and inquiry, spirit of inquiry and reform. That we need to promote. There you can remember that. And next is protect, that is I, protect the public property and keep away from the violence. That is in the protection. Okay. And next is what we have to promote. We need to achieve the individual excellence in the individual as well as a community excellence. That is, we can write it here. Correct. That is 10th one. We need to promote what? Excellence. Excellence. Individually as well as in the community, so that we can take the nation to the higher level. And the last one is provide opportunity for education of the children. Provide education opportunity, that is promoting education. Promote education. Okay. So you can remember like, okay, respecting is about 2 points, these two. And in the protection, I can remember fourth. It becomes somewhat easy, making it split and learn. And another 4 in promotion. I hope you will do this exercise again and you will remember. Now we will move towards the remaining features of the remaining aspects of the fundamental duties. Okay. Now we will see some questions. Please answer this question by making a pause. We have learnt the fundamental duties and also how to remember them. Now let us answer this question. What it says, which of the following are among, they are asking, please focus on the words. Fundamental duties of citizens laid down in the Indian Constitution. Fundamental duties of citizens laid down in the Constitution. To preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Yes, you remember that word. We need to protect weaker section from the social injustice. Have you heard about this? Which fundamental duty it is? Is it mentioned? Okay. Develop scientific temper and spirit of inquiry. Spirit of inquiry word you will observe. Scientific temper, yes, it is there. To strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that nation rises to the higher level of achievement. Okay. Here, except 2, 1, 3, 4 are correct. So, direct question. I hope you have enjoyed. You could not recollect this, right? Nowhere we discussed about this. That it feels like, okay, protection of women is there. We can infer, but it is not mentioned. They are talking directly which of the following are there? Okay, and you can see another question. Please answer this. According to Constitution of India, which of the following are fundamental for governance of the country? Fundamental for governance of the country. They are telling fundamental to government, not to citizens. So that is, answer is direct principles of state policy. Fundamental duties are for citizens. This is for government they are asking. Let us see another question. Another question. To uphold, protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India is a provision made in the... It looks easy for you now because just now we discussed. But in the exam hall, what will happen? Try to recollect the preamble. Try to recollect the preamble. What is there? The word sovereignty is there. Unity is there. Integrity is there. So that is why they have given preamble. But please remember, there it is like in the top, we the people of India want to ensure. There it is like what type of democracy, that is, means what type of republic, that is a sovereign republic, sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic republic word. And at the last, to promote the unity and integrity is there. It is not like only in the, directly like this. So that's why preamble is not the answer. And directive principles of state policy, yes, it is not there. And fundamental rights, again this is not exactly there, but we have seen clearly this is there in the fundamental duties. So that is the answer. Let us see the features of the fundamental duties one by one. Some of them are moral duties, while other are civic duties. Some are moral and some are civic duties. You know the difficulty of moral duties. How to show that I am following the spirit, means respecting satyagraha? Moral things are like, I cannot show it. Then how you show that I am following the duty, means I am doing my duty. So some are moral duties and some are civic duties. Being the citizen of India, like civic duty, respect the national flag, national anthem, constitution, it is a civic duty. You need to do it. And some are moral, like freedom struggle, ideal should be respected. How you show it? Difficult. So that is the thing. Anyway, some are moral and some are civic. That is the feature. You can observe that. Yes, some are moral, some are civic. And second, it is not something like new. The fundamental duties are suddenly did not come from the top. Earlier we are already having these things. That is, it is part of our Indian tradition, mythology, religious practices. Respecting the elders automatically covers so many things. Okay, so these are values which are already part of our Indian tradition. And another important feature, this will become the question. Fundamental rights, you know that. Applicable to whom? Fundamental rights are applicable to citizens as well as foreigners. You know that, right? It is applicable for both. In directive principles of state policy, if you take, state government will not differentiate like this service will be reaching to foreigner or something. Sometimes residents will get all the benefit, even it may include foreigners. But particularly if we talk about the fundamental rights, okay, it is applicable for both citizens or foreigners. But fundamental duties are only for Indian citizens. So definitely this will be the question. Only for citizens they are applicable. It is not necessary like that a foreign national has to follow that. Okay. So do not extend to foreigners. Next feature is the directive principles. You know that they are for government, right? Similarly, fundamental duties are for citizens. And what is common in both? Both are non-justiciable. That is, they cannot be enforced in a court of law. Non-justiciable. They cannot be enforced in a court of law. You cannot directly go that this is violated. In case of DPSP, citizen cannot go to Supreme Court or High Court directly. In case of fundamental duties, government cannot go and ask. Correct? Non-justiciable. And there is no provision for direct enforcement of the fundamental duties, but you all know that How for DPSP Parliament is doing? Fundamental rights are directly enforceable, but DPSPs and fundamental duties are not directly enforceable. That means Parliament, yes, this is the question. Parliament can implement them. Parliament can make law and implement the fundamental duties. And it has done in many cases. For example, respecting the flag, the Honor Act is there, made by the Parliament, which protects the fundamental duty. Means it can be questioned in court of law. Okay. Let us see some criticism. Why criticism? First thing, it is not exhaustive. Correct? No? Correct? Not exhaustive. Means it is not mentioning all the fundamental duties. By paying the tax, in fact, the Swaran Singh committee recommended, right? That is also a duty of the citizen, but it is not mentioned that. Not only that, other duties like it may be casting vote. I hope you have not forgotten. We saw a question in the beginning of this session. What was the question? Which of the following is not a fundamental duty? So, writing means casting voting right is not a fundamental duty. Are you able to recollect that? So, that was the option for that question. You can go back in the videos and also check that question. And paying taxes, family planning, all these are duties of the citizens, but it is not mentioned. That's why it is not exhaustive. List is not complete. Second thing is vague, ambiguous. For someone, noble ideals meaning is something else. For someone, composite culture meaning is different. For someone, it is just art and architecture. For someone, it is food culture. Scientific temper. The meaning of scientific temper is, it varies from person to person. Okay. That is the second criticism. Third, there are moral precepts. Why they are just moral precepts? Because they are non-justiciable. If you cannot question in the court of law, what is the purpose of having them? That's just like their guidelines, moral precepts. Okay. But you also know that some of them are implemented. It is not like that all cannot be questioned. And the fourth criticism is, it is superfluous. Superfluous. What do you mean by that? They are considered as superfluous because whether you mention that as a fundamental duty or not, still people will follow that. Who don't know that not to respect a flag? Is it necessary to mention and to get it done? I mean, that was the criticism. But we need, because it acts like a reminder. Anyway, that is the criticism. And fifth is, it is coming after fourth chapter. That is after DPSP. That shows that it's not that given that much importance like fundamental rights. The expectation is like it should be added like part 3rd A. That shows that the importance is more. That is also one criticism. Why they are giving importance at the later stage. You can also see like positive sides of it. For example, not exhaustive if they are saying yes, it may not be exhaustive, but whatever is given, the prime things they have focused. It is not necessary to put all. Vague and ambiguous, correct? But the values like scientific temper gives an idea like at least in which direction we are going. And already I explained, all are not like moral precepts. Sometimes if they are violated, punishable. And they are saying it is a superfluous. Definitely not. So many things are unwritten. That doesn't mean that everyone will be following that. If something is in front of you, you feel like to follow it. That's why I can write the positive side of it. And by adding a part 3rd or 4th, say, it doesn't make much difference. Anyway, take the criticism because both positive and negative sides will be there for every topic. Let us see a question. In the 2017, they asked this question. Which of the following statements are true of the fundamental duties? They are not asking which of the following is a fundamental duty. What is right or wrong about fundamental duties? Okay. First point is, a legislative process has been provided to enforce these duties. Where they have mentioned legislative process is already given. Say parliament is already means it is enacting the law. That is correct. Legislative process has been provided to enforce these duties. Legislative process, that is law making, is given, correct, but they are not explicitly mentioning in there. Second, they are correlative to legal duties. They are correlative to legal duties. What do you mean by that? Some of the things are like, okay, not respecting the woman. That is, so many acts are there. With, for example, sexual harassment at the workplace. That also talks about so how we should treat the woman. That is a legal duty. Okay, no, it is not like that. All the legal duties and fundamental duties are prescribed, but whatever the legal duties are there, and whatever the fundamental duties are there, they are not like different. They are not like different. They are one and the same. Means supportive to each other. Respecting the dignity of women and sexual harassment at the workplace, both are correlative, correct, to the legal duties. So it is correct. The question is here, legislative process has been provided to enforce these duties. That is nothing but making a law. It is given, right? So considering that, both are right. Okay, and we'll see significance of these fundamental duties. Why we should have this? As I said, they act as a reminder to citizens. Even though it may be moral or whatever, whenever you are seeing something, you'll feel like, okay, reminder. For example, when you go to theaters, they will be mentioning, it is the duty of the citizens to keep your environment clean. Keep the food items, left out food items or the papers in the dustbin. So it reminds you, so you will do that at that moment. If that is not mentioned, you may do or may not do. That's why it acts like the reminder. It's like they are enjoying the rights. They should also be conscious of the duties towards the country or society, and also towards fellow citizens. Second, it is like warning against anti-national and anti-social activities. At least it will remind. For example, during strike, somebody is throwing a stone. Immediately, sometimes it may strike to him, okay, I should not do violence, and it is my duty to protect the public property. Somebody is trying to burn the flag, so it will remind him, it is not, I should not do this. This will disrespect. So it is like a warning. Oh, don't do this. Third, it acts like a inspiration source for us to maintain the discipline and commitment towards the nation, and also trying to help the government to reach its goal so that we can prosper. Realization of the national goals. For example, it is my duty to get the vaccine during the time of corona so that the nation can become corona free. So it helps, source of inspiration, correct? As an individual, we need to contribute. Then it also helps the courts in examining to determine the constitutional validity. Again, I have said the same thing in the directive principles of state policy. They are not enforceable, but doesn't mean that to check whether a law is constitutionally valid or invalid, the directive principles of state policy are used. In the same way, fundamental duties are also helpful for the courts to determine constitutional validity. And one more important thing is, if you are trying to impose a fundamental duty, okay, but it should take care of the fundamental rights of 14 and 19. It should not become like curbing their fundamental rights. Please remember, especially 14 and 19 should not be hampered to implement a fundamental duty. Then, they are enforceable by law. Yes, Parliament can make law and they can enforce it, right? And also, a penalty or punishment can be imposed. It is case by case, we can see that. Got it? If you see Verma Committee observations, that is whether the fundamental duties are implemented in practice. So many examples are there, like directive principles. For example, the first thing, prevention of insults to National Honors Act. That if you are disrespecting the national flag or constitution, it is punishable. So that means the fundamental first duty is implemented. Similarly, if you are showing hatredness, like creating conflict among the sections or different groups like religion, language, you are fighting, that is also a criminal offense. So common brotherhood is implemented. Civil Rights Act provides punishment offense related to caste and religion. Again, the common brotherhood. UAPA also talks about unlawful activities, correct? So that is also protecting the sovereignty and unity of India. Similarly, ROPA Act, Representation of People Act, disqualifies some members from contesting elections if they are involved in hatredness, means spreading hatredness in the society. In the same way, Wildlife Act, which talks about environment protection and wildlife protection, and the Forest Act. So many fundamental duties are being enforced through law. So you cannot say like fundamental duties are simply cannot be implemented. I hope you enjoyed the fundamental duties, and in your life you will remember these fundamental duties forever, not just for the exam sake. It is our duty as a citizen of India to perform certain actions, means duties, when we are enjoying the rights. Okay, revise, 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 keep calm and study well. Thank you.